Welcome to the upper frequency line. This is a recording of a live connection session with Eva and Therese. Please give yourself time to sit undisturbed during the connection. Sit comfortably with closed eyes or looking softly into the distance. Welcome to 6th of October. Check in. See what the field is like. Very gentle, restful field again. Feels like a soft pillow. Right? Be gentle with yourself.
Very gentle and
You can feel that that slight movement left to right again that we had. I don't know if that was yesterday or another day.
Yeah, there's a little bit more movement today than yesterday.
Like a bit, like almost like swaying.
Yeah.
Very still. I don't feel much going on.
No.
What about you?
No, it's very still. It's it's a purposely stillness. It's on purpose to recuperate.
Yeah. Let's maybe have a peek at our solar systems. So if we stand on Pluto and look towards the sun, then all the planets should line up. That line along the midline to the sun, and if they are not, then there's something that's out in our own body, in our own midline, something that's pulling in one direction or another. So you can stand either on or just behind Pluto, but so that you're looking slightly from above at all of the planets in the row. So the trick is to not look at the planets directly. You actually just fasten your gaze on the sun, and then they
hopefully will all start to magnetize back into that midline. So mine feel a little bit out. The last two, just in front of Pluto. So that would be what, Neptune and Uranus.
My Jupiter was a tiny bit out on the left, but the minute when I just watched it and realized that it went back in line again.
Yeah, so now that I'm fastening my gaze, locking into the sun, those two are coming back in together. Neptune is still slightly out though. It's got a bit of an issue. We did an interesting session with Neptune a few weeks ago in the Uluru session. I wonder if it's got anything to do with that. And because we did that session because what was it? Neptune, I can't remember now. What was it with the three? Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto.
Saturn, Pluto, and Neptune.
Yeah, but what was, they're all...
Saturn was in Aquarius during the Rodney King riots. Pluto was in Capricorn, was during the American Revolution. Neptune was in Pisces when Rome fell. We had them then.
And now they are all...
They were
where?
then. I don't know if they still...
Well, the note that you were showing, or the picture that you were showing, said that they're all three now.
Yeah.
In some sort of alignment.
The last time Saturn, they're all in Aquarius. They were in Aquarius back then. If it's still that way, I don't know. But I think we're still in Aquarius, but I'm not sure.
And now they're all three in Aquarius.
They were, yeah.
Or they were at the time when we did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Neptune is sneaking back in. Okay, let's have a look at the line, if there is a line. It's still a place. And it's not really going anywhere either. We are still landed in this place.
Since we checked the solar systems, I can feel some kind of background activity. It's like there's something happening behind the curtains. I can't see it and I can't feel it, but I can just feel something happening.
Around the edges of the space, or what? or in another dimension? Or?
I'm not sure. I can just, it's like a, yeah, I can't reach and I can't see it. It's like when you're up on the stage and there's something happening behind the back of the stage. Does this sound like something happening? Like some kind of preparation for something, getting ready for something, or
yeah, actually, yeah, it feels like it's in the back.
Yeah, right
not
in the back.
In the front or around the sides. I'm feeling it in the back of my body, not in the back of the space. Like it's really close. Not even like, not just close, but like the back of my body, as opposed to in the space behind me.
Yeah.
Where is it that you feel that? In your
I
back of your body or in the space behind you?
I don't know. It's I think it's kind of, for me, it's kind of all around me. It's like, it's like if there was something on the other side with the shield. If I have the shield around me, and it's just something outside the shield. I don't really know where it is. I can just feel that there is there's something in the way of me getting to it. Like,
yeah, okay.
It's more like if I was in heaven, and God is everywhere, and God is just whispering a little bit of here and a little bit of there, like
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
everywhere kind of thing.
But nowhere specific.
No specific.
Let's see what the shield feels like, if we can feel it. Oh yes, the shield is actually really discernible today. It's still completely merged with the line or the space and the field, but it's actually really discernible in that.
Yeah.
It seems to be busy doing something or changing something. It's kind of flickering. Mostly in the front. Not really flickering. It's probably more like shimmering.
Yeah, I agree.
Like a wave, like,
yeah,
kind of like water might, because it's like different levels and different things happening at the same time. And I can feel that in actually the front of the chest as well. But it's really quite far out that it's doing the shimmering, like arm's length or further away. but I can feel it in the front of the chest at the same time, at a physical level.
Yes.
There's something trying to align or possibly elevate, as in raise higher in frequency so that it changes its, or possibly like the top and front part of the heart field and pericardium field, like they're changing, might be merging with another level, like maybe high heart, or it feels like there's something going on there between the top and front of the shield and the and heart field, and
Yep.
the next sort of center up might be throat center, but I have the feeling that it's lower than throat center, so maybe high heart, which is thymus. Some kind of integration between the two, or merging. There we go. That might actually be something that's a bit blocked in me.
Okay.
That's busy working itself through. A flow, maybe a meridian flow or something like that, that's busy trying to move through that area. Like, it doesn't have to be in the bigger field necessarily.
Yeah.
We'll see once it's done how if the field or the shield changes. Okay, so that's actually coming out like, it looks more like two antennae out of the crown. Might have something to do with the antahkarana, or so that actually feels like and looks like some kind of structure inside the heart to do with antenna. Can you feel what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can definitely feel it.
Does it feel the same way in you, or is it?
Yeah.
So is that happening in you as well, or are you just feeling it happening in me?
No, I think it's happening in me too.
Yeah, the response was immediately, it's happening to everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Everyone, as in all the 87%, or everyone in our...
Now more like everyone who is ready.
Okay.
So not 87%. No, to some degree, it's like the etheric structure for it is building in everyone, but it's like only you can't see it. It's not building physically until they are ready to use it. So it's like they have the template.
Yeah.
but then they have to be ready and build themselves.
Yeah.
So what is it that's going to connect to, though? Oh, that's interesting. So the feeling with the antenna, they actually they look like two kind of gray, almost black straws, slightly bowed, with kind of knobs on the ends sticking out, kind of like, like an ant.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was feeling them.
Yeah. And what they are tuning into is, it's like a universe listening device, like tuning into the sounds of the universe, very far away. But it's not like one thing. It's like being able to hear the sound of the universe, or universes.
It's like,
maybe, I don't know, but it's like all the sound in space.
to me, it's like when you're walking through the fog, like we were yesterday. This, you just tune into this, and it will guide you through the fog. When you can't see, you tune into this, and
yeah. Except that yesterday, that device was really very strongly in between the heart and the solar plexus, like the bottom of the heart. Was the guiding sort of, that's where that instinctual knowing where to go sits. But this is different. This is like listening to, it's almost like listening to creation. It's the sound of creation. It's the sound of the universe. Not just one sound, many sounds. It's like being able to hear a supernova, or the sounds that make those structures, or
what comes up for me is that the sounds of the elements, those Mike Adams done.
Yeah, it's like there's a sound with everything, and maybe it's connected to frequency, as in everything has its frequency, but it feels like more than that, because frequency doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily sound, but this is the sound. Just like if when the wind is blowing, you can hear the wind.
Yeah.
Right? So if you tune into various things in the universe, like a cloud of something in space, or another solar system, or dust, or like these multicolored cloud things, another galaxy.
I'm connecting straight to the whales.
Then you can hear that there are different sounds from different things. Some of them sound like and some of them are more like whale-like.
The grass is interesting.
Does it sound like?
Like
Let's see what the sun sounds like. Oh, ooh, oh, that's nice. That's almost like a like it intensifies and the changes, like be getting bigger and smaller with the sound. And the moon. Oh, the moon's got that kind of. Jupiter. Oh, Jupiter is a whole orchestra. That might actually be because there are so many moons, so they've all got different sound. What about Pluto? Ah, Pluto's beautiful. Venus has a very high tone. There's some kind of dust cloud or some kind of cloud just outside of our solar system. Maybe it's within our solar system. There is some kind of belt somewhere between some of the planets, isn't there? About Saturn's ring, did I sound like? His voices clearly inhabited different places. It sounds like communication. What about that beautiful eye-shaped cloud thing? I don't know where it is, far away, that Hubble telescope has seen. I think it's Hubble. What sound does that have? Sounds like a very faint static. Very faint. What about the Earth? goes back up. It sounds a lot like, very similar to a didgeridoo, actually.
Feels very good to connect with that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a didgeridoo or if it's some kind of instrument. Sounds a bit like except slower. Feels good to listen. Very it feels like there's life everywhere.
Yeah.
When you hear the sound of everything like that. You can't really hear it unless you tune into it, so they must be on different frequency as well.
Yeah.
Either that or we just kind of screen it out. I guess not everyone has an antenna either. Yet. What about the star, the Aldebaran that we had before? The blue laser Aldebaran that we had on the 10th. Do you remember that one? When the day you were irritated?
Yeah.
What does that one sound like? That's an interesting tone. Like it's very it has a lot of effect on us. Very much within our register to be affected by.
Yeah.
And it's very much affecting the heart pericardium space. Like that's exactly the frequency that is picking up, that it's picking. Okay, I've landed back with our sun. Like it wants to, draw us back to our own sun.
Yeah.
To home in on our own sun. Like we can go exploring a bit like this, but afterwards we need to tune back into our own sun.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's happened. Has anything happened to our space or our field? Feels very alive.
It does.
It's almost like a piano that got tuned.
I think that feeling that we could feel as something was happening in the background is what now when the antenna is on, that's what I can tune into.
Oh, okay. And what is it that you tune into?
The frequencies that we've just
the sounds.
Yeah. Yes.
The sounds of life. All these things are alive. You know, the planets, the stardusts, the stars themselves, they're all alive. This field, our space, alive. And the pericardium field, let's see if that changed. That did change, actually. That feels very homogenized. Harmonized, homogenized. Very smooth. And big.
Yes, it does.
Like a well-tuned car.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a lot going on in the field now. It was so still when we started, but now it's just teeming with life in this field.
Yeah. I agree.
It's like we couldn't see it before.
Yeah.
Life everywhere. Lovely.
Beautiful.
All right. Were we happy with that?
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.